It's every team's ambition to want to lift the Lombardi trophy, but realistically, only a select few have a chance. The Minnesota Vikings are a team that has a realistic shot this year at being crowned champions, and this is what they need to accomplish it. First and foremost, they need to trust their coach. Granted, Kevin O'Connell is in his first season, and no coach has won the Super Bowl during their first season as an NFL head coach, other than the legendary Don McCafferty, when he did so for the Baltimore Colts back in 1969. So there is a precedent. It has happened before and could indeed happen again because O'Connell knows how to adapt, should the initial plan fail to work. A coach who is willing to do so has the makings of being a terrific asset for his team. Usually, coaches who are set in their ways don't make it far because teams will figure them out and find ways to stop them. To win a Super Bowl, you have to be unpredictable. You have to confuse the defense and make them unaware. And so far during the season, O'Connell at 37 has found a way to sustain that formula thanks to his coaching philosophy. It is one that is predominant in his age range, where it's known that younger coaches have a tendency to play attractive football that leans more on the offensive side of the ball. O'Connell also happens to be a former quarterback in the NFL, a quarterback coach, and more recently the offensive coordinator of the Super Bowl winning Los Angeles Rams. He designed the plays which made the Rams into a championship-winning offense. Kevin O'Connell brings his youth, his know-how, and his hunger to be a Super Bowl-winning head coach to a Vikings team who share his desire. So far, it's worked out pretty well with 5 wins out of 6 and an offense that is finding ways to get their star players in position to make big plays. It's the coach's willingness and capability to spring a surprise on the defenses which make his team a formidable force. That's essentially the job of a head coach, to operate in a manner that best suits the personnel in the squad. But who is the most important player on this Vikings team? Who is the go-to guy that brings fear to the heart of defenses? Well, it's none other than wide receiver Justin Jefferson. Many would believe that the quarterback should be the centerpiece of the offense, but when a team has a player like Justin Jefferson, it's hard to argue against him being the number one weapon on this team. There is no question that the catching ability combined with his speed and his intelligence to elude defenders makes Justin Jefferson not just a key player for the Vikings team, but a legitimate candidate for most valuable player consideration. He is playing like he is the MVP of the league. If you take a look at his last 3 games, he posted 147 receiving yards with 1 rushing touchdown in Week 4 at New Orleans. He had 154 receiving yards at home against the Chicago Bears and 107 receiving yards away to the Miami Dolphins. But what's more interesting is his catch percentage. Justin Jefferson in those last 3 games is averaging 81.4%, meaning he is finding ways to be open and creating just enough separation to catch 8 out of 10 passes. His productivity aside, he is also an elegant player to watch, but more importantly, he is a team player. He will go out of his way to do what's right for the team, even if it means he's not the one scoring touchdowns. Justin Jefferson is such a threat that all the attention is directed towards him, because there isn't much for Jefferson to catch the ball and sprint into the end zone. Defensive coordinators will plan and devise tactics to eliminate his threat, but Jefferson always finds a way to be involved thanks in large part to his head coach, Kevin O'Connell. This is a team sport, and Jefferson realizes this, which is a huge burden lifted off the weight of a franchise. It's easy to fall in love with the skill of a wide receiver, but as soon as diva signs start to appear, that's when you know the team is in trouble. It is an issue that's long been prevalent in the NFL with stars like Odell Beckham Jr., Antonio Brown, and Chad Ochocinco. But Jefferson is a rarity, someone who places the good of his organization ahead of his own. He trusts the team, and the team needs him if they are going to have a shot at the Super Bowl. But again, one man doesn't make a championship-winning squad. There are also peripheral pieces that help carry the team into glory. But who are these players that have such power? It's those that are feeding off the unselfish play of Justin Jefferson. The rest of the receiving crew, notably Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, and Irv Smith Jr., have all played the supporting role to perfection. All 3 have caught touchdown passes that were either set up by or indirectly involved Justin Jefferson. Don't be fooled by the lack of star power of Osborne and Smith Jr., or age when it comes to Adam Thielen. All 3 are switched on and ready to deliver when called upon by the play calling of Kevin O'Connell. The strategy is simple. Draw all the attention on Jefferson, and when the defense is napping, make sure the ball is in the hands of either Adam Thielen, KJ Osborne, and Irv Smith Jr. In the last 3 games, the trio has scored more passing touchdowns than Justin Jefferson, but have also accumulated fewer passing yards by a lot. In those 3 weeks, only Adam Thielen has reached more than 50 yards passing. It's astounding how such an offense could work and notch up key victories. These 3 players don't have to have eye-opening stats to be major contributors, and it's working. They are pieces to a larger cog that are functioning efficiently, which only lends more credit and praise to the work being done by Justin Jefferson. But then again, they are merely recipients of the ball. Without the play of Kirk Cousins at quarterback, would the results be as efficiently sound? The answer is a resounding no. Kirk Cousins is the quarterback that makes this offense tick, and without him, the team would not have an aerial threat. They would not be able to move the ball down the field efficiently and score touchdowns in the red zone. Again, in the last 3 games, Cousins saw his highest pass completion percentages since week 1, where he had 65.7% at New Orleans, 78.05% at home to Chicago Bears, and 66.67% away to Miami. In that stretch, Cousins averaged 248 yards per game, scoring 4 touchdowns and only throwing for 2 interceptions. He is exactly the quarterback the Vikings need that is outside the Big Four, which consists of Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts. Cousins is your classic pocket quarterback that reads the play and has the experience to be able to withstand the pressure from defensive linemen. Plus, under the tutelage of Kevin O'Connell, Kirk Cousins has a coach who understands what he's going through because O'Connell has played the position. It is a partnership that has the potential to blossom into a winning formula if everyone stays healthy. But the health of the team isn't solely reliant on the quarterback and the receivers. Who is the player that the Vikings are most concerned about? It's running back Dalvin Cook, who has a history of being injured at the most inappropriate times during the season. The team needs Cook to be healthy if they wish to stand a chance at making a Super Bowl run. Alexander Mattison is a decent backup, maybe one of the best backup running backs in the game, but he doesn't have the energy, speed, and brute force of Dalvin Cook. So far, Cook has played in every game and has played relatively well. In the last 3 weeks, he has averaged 82.3 yards a game, but more importantly, scored 3 touchdowns. Dalvin Cook is finding the end zone after previously just scoring once in the opening 3 weeks. There are signs that Cook will emerge as the lead running back toward the end of the season, but it all hinges on his health. Can the team keep him off the injury table? Only time will tell, and another cliche that comes to mind is defense wins championships. Does this defense have what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team? The Vikings defense is the 5th best ranked defense in the NFL. The stingiest, the meanest, one of the most aggressive bunch of players who have so far recorded 17 sacks, forced 5 fumbles, and recorded 5 interceptions. Those are incredible numbers, and for the first time in their history, the Vikings have balance in their team. They not only have a hungry offensive-minded coach, a world-class wide receiver, a great supporting wide receiver staff, an experienced quarterback, and a dominating running back, but they also have a defense that has the potential to be the best in the NFL. What do the Vikings need to win the Super Bowl? They need to keep doing what they're doing and stay healthy. Health is the crucial element that will help them win the Super Bowl. Do you think the Vikings will win the Super Bowl? What is it that they need? Please let us know in the comments below, but before you go, if you still want to watch some awesome NFL content like this, please watch the next video that will pop on your screen.